Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the LeisureHub podcast. We are your pod boys, Justin and Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. It's a solo pod. You guys are probably wondering why I'm making a video like this when you guys are used to seeing the two blocks, Pedro and Justin. Well, Pedro's having an addition to the family. That's right, baby number 3. Why do I sound like Bob Barker on like The Price is Right? But yeah, Pedro's having another baby. Congratulations to Pedro. Make sure you send him some love in the comment section. Like, he'll 100% appreciate that. But that's kind of why I'm making this video. It was kind of difficult, and Pedro kind of had to make the hard choice of putting a pause on his portion of the podcast, so that way he can go tend to his family, rightfully so. Does that mean that the podcast is going away? No. Does that mean that the podcast is going to change? 100%. That's kind of why I'm making the video. You know, LeisureHub is always meant to be this very relaxed, laid-back, casual conversation about different hobbies or gaming specifically. And it's kind of difficult to do that with just one person. You can imagine that making a 30-minute, 40-minute to an hour-long video with just myself talking with the same format that we've had all this time is kind of difficult. So that's why I want to take the time to really change and alter the format. I still want to keep it organic and natural, but I need to figure out a way that I can continue doing a podcast, but in a solo format, and occasionally having either Pedro or some other guests attending here or there. Pedro and I both want to make sure that we are providing you guys with the best quality regardless. And that was with Pedro, myself, and a guest, and that also goes for just a podcast episode if it's just me. So that's kind of the whole kit and caboodle, really. At the end of the day, I want to make sure that Pedro is taking care of his family and not putting them aside to do this podcast, which I'm glad that he is putting his family first. So I've been trying some different things. I've been working on some different things. So there's some things in the work. It'll probably be this way in the long run for solo, but for duos and anything more than that, it'll be your typical podcast episode, kind of similar to what we did with Avatar Slang, aka Derek and Matt. So, but on an unrelated note or related note, let me know if you guys like the style of this video, so that way we can continue making something similar to this. And then 2, show Pedro some love. I know I said so in the beginning of the podcast episode, but show Pedro some love. He's having baby number 3, so we want to make sure we send him some love, and so that way we can send it his way, and I guarantee he'll really appreciate that. Who knows? Maybe he'll just give up on his family and come to the podcast full time. No, I'm kidding. You shouldn't do that. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you even made it this far, if you guys did make it this far, you guys are real ones. Like, you didn't even have to make it to the end of this video, but you did, and I respect you. I love you for it. But by the time this video comes out, I'll probably have had some idea of what I want to do with this podcast transition. But thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on another episode of the LeisureHub podcast. Pedro's not here, but on behalf of Pedro, we have been your pod boys. Thank you again for watching and taking the time to watch this video. We love you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Love you. How?